In this video, we're going to look at some basic S&C for runners. What we're trying to achieve here is to strengthen muscles that help us with running, so the accessory muscles, a lot around the glutes and the hips. These help keep our legs in alignment, they help propel us forward and take a little bit of pressure away from the calves and the Achilles, which can always get quite tight in runners. We're not looking to use massively heavy weights here, we're looking to use low weight, mostly body weight, and we're looking for good form and high reps just to build that endurance within the muscles. So here we go. The first exercise is going to be a reverse lunge. So here we're really trying to come up. We're using our glutes, not so much with the legs. So really driving up with the glutes. Keep your core nice and tight, nice and upright. We can start from the standing position and drop one leg back and come up. Try and get as low as you can, nice and strong, and drive up from the hips and the glutes. Nice and upright and tight with the core. If I do this facing the camera, you really want to focus on keeping your knee over your toes. So knee nice and strong and stable, and then drive up from the hips. So there's a little knee wobble there, so you don't want that to happen. Don't allow your knees to come in or wobble as you come up. So nice and strong, out and stay out. Repeat that on both legs, work one leg at a time. The progression to that movement is to add a little push or thrust up at the end. So we're going to go into the same reverse lunge, and then we're going to come up and drive onto one foot, pause to hold your balance, and then down again, up and down, and really try and hold your balance as you come up. Again, if I show you from the front, keeping that knee solid, nice and stable, and then up onto your toes, and then back down again. Nice and tight with the core, and again, feel that work in the hip and the glute on the outside. If you have a box or something you can use at home, you want to try and get into a raised step up. If not, you can use something like your stairs as progression for that. So standing next to the box, and then we're going to come up and onto it. Try not to push up too much with your reverse leg, so you're trying to drive up from your front leg onto the box. Again, if I show you from behind, you want to stay nice and strong with that leg on the way up and on the way down, so don't let that fall in. You don't want that to happen, and you don't want that to happen. So really driving up from here. Again, high reps and good form. The next movement is going to be a side plank. This is really, really good for engaging those lateral muscles and stabilizers of the hip. So for a side plank, onto your side, onto your elbow, and then push yourself up and keep them really solid in your core here. So you want it to be one nice straight line. Once you're comfortable there, arm up, and then we're going to come into our chest with that top leg and keeping that nice and sturdy. So you don't want that to drop down as you come in with your knee. You can also then go straight up towards the ceiling with a straight leg. Swap sides, you might notice that one side is slightly stronger than the other. Into that position, arm up, really strong across here, straight line, knee into chest, and then knee to the ceiling. And again, high reps doing that movement, but stay with good form. I'm then going to add it in a wobble cushion. If you have one of these at home, perfect. If not, I would suggest you buy one because they are brilliant. They're only really, really cheap. If not, use something like a towel or your mattress, something that's a little bit unstable to stand on. And all we're going to do is put a foot bang in the middle of the cushion and then just come up and take your weight off the other leg. To start with, all you want to do is just stand there, get your balance, and try and get really solid with your ankle and your knee. Once you're comfortable on the cushion, you want to just start to bend your knee ever so slightly and drop down. Don't let that knee drop in, so nice and solid with the knee. So if you feel like your knee is dropping in, come back up, start again, and really focus on keeping the knee out. Only go as low as you can, so don't try and go really low straight away. Focus on good form and driving up and down with your hip. Swap legs, you might find you're a little bit unstable on one leg compared to the other. And then come back up. We're now going to start to challenge our stability and our proprioception a little bit as well. So I've set out some targets on the floor just as a clock face. So I've got 12, 3, 6 and 9. All we're going to do is on one foot, knee slightly flexed, and try and stay nice and solid with the foot on the floor. And I'm just going to reach forward and backwards, out to the left, and then out behind me and to the right, and touch each. I'm really trying to stay as solid as I can with my leg, especially when I go out there. I'm trying to keep that nice and solid. Swap your legs and try with both. And again, you might find that one is a little bit more wobbly. Just means you need to work on your glutes a little bit on that side. If you find that nice and comfortable, you get quite good at that. You can progress it by adding on the wobble cushion. So exactly the same as we just did standing on it. We're going to stand bang in the middle of the cushion and repeat exactly the same thing. Obviously now it's going to be a lot harder because we're on an unstable surface. Try your foot down throughout, so try and complete a full rep without having to put your foot down. And then again, swap your legs over and try it with both. Final exercise in this video is going to be a lateral lunge. So again, we're trying to work on that lateral element and get the accessory or supporting glute muscles here, really trying to support the pelvis when we're running. So we're nice and even, we're nice and strong. So to do this, again, standing position, feet together, and then core nice and strong, body nice and upright. We're just going to drop out to the side, get a nice big stride in, and then back to the middle, and then out to the right, and push up. And again, high reps and good form. You feel a nice little pull in the adductors as we go down as well, and then back up. Give all those exercises a go. At first it might feel a little bit wobbly or unstable, but stick with it, and as you become stronger around the hips, those will become a lot easier. You'll also notice that your running becomes stronger, and you'll also be preventing injuries as well. In the description is all of the individual exercises and a rough guide of how many reps and sets you should be doing. Try and progress the reps as you go and keep the sets the same. So once you become better at it, if you start at 10, go to 15 and keep going. Hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you find the exercises really helpful. Any questions, pop them in the comments or come and see me at training.